Lobby cards are the one part of movie poster art that America created, and they're uniquely American. They go back to 1913. It's the first year there are any in existence, and there's a few different reasons why you might be interested in lobby cards. Sometimes you want to collect a great film. Then the question is, what image from the lobby card set do you want? Do you want what you consider to be the most important scene? Do you want a wonderful portrait of the characters, or do you want something that's just very symbolic of the film, something that really represents it? Sometimes it could be a landscape, if it's a very epic film.
Lobby cards are a really unique part of the poster collecting hobby. There would be 8 in a set with a title card, which would give you the title, the credits, the main actors, the main image. And then there would be 7 scene cards, and they would be primarily the most interesting or the most iconic scenes that would be in the story.
In the 7 scene cards that come along in the set, those are representative of the particular scene in the film. So you look at a scene from Public Enemy, for example, and you see James Cagney squashing a grapefruit into Mae Marsh's face. And there's no better example in lobby cards. They are a great size, 11 by 14, which means you can buy, as I have over the years, beautiful albums. You can put them in frames, which you can do salon style in your house.
They're also really great because if you can't afford a poster for a movie, quite often a lobby card will do, and they're far more affordable, particularly when you find them individually. So lobby card collecting is a really great part of the hobby.
The artwork in this lobby card from Sunrise shows a very demure woman. She's in love, she's simple. He's looking at her with a look of love, but I think there is a feeling of a storm behind them in this beautiful pastoral image. And I think the storm can go either way. It can either blow up and blow them away, or it can blow over and there could be a beautiful sunrise the next morning, which is what I believe is happening, as I think what that is signifying in this particular card.
The Douglas Fairbanks was one of the biggest stars of the silent era. And this Black Pirate card has got beautiful hand coloring. This movie was made in the original 2-strip Technicolor process, which had very sort of pale colors. And the way the card is colored is the way the film is colored. Amazing.
Here's a lobby card from the 1929 film Applause. And this movie was actually filmed in New York, and it's about Broadway performers. And it starred one of the big Broadway performers of the day, Helen Morgan. In early talkies, they tried to bring in a lot of the Broadway people to be in early talking films, early musicals, and Helen Morgan was sort of a big iconic star of that period. And she only made a couple of movies, and this particular film was very innovative with the directing by Ruben Mamoulian, and it's one of the most important early talkies.
Blood and Sand is one of the most famous Valentino movies. For a long time, this card was in a personal collection I had of silent cards, and it was one of my prides and joys. In the original set, this is the only card that had this unusual, really vivid ornamentation, and I loved it, and I still do.
In 1929, when sound came into films, King Vidor came up with this idea to shoot an all-African-American film called Hallelujah. Within the last 3 or 4 years, I came upon the title card from a noted collector here in Los Angeles. And I'm very thrilled to have it. It's a fantastic design, albeit not maybe as representational as it should be, but it's a beautiful design in any sense.
Here's a lobby card from the 1939 movie Dark Victory, and it's one of Bette Davis' most famous roles. She was nominated for an Academy Award. And what's great about this particular lobby card is that it's a scene card. It shows her in character with one of her friends, and this is the period in the story where she's basically coming to terms with the fact that she has cancer. That was one of the main purposes of lobby cards, was to show the audience what elements were in the story that they were about to see.
Metropolis is such an important film in film history that to have a scene card from this particular film is one of the great things you can have in your collection. This gorgeous blonde woman being picked up by these, are they men, are they devils, are they gargoyles? Who knows what they are, all in there subservient to her as she is this deity that they are rising into the sky.
So Dinner at 8 is one of the great movies of the early 30s, one of the great pre-code titles. Jean Harlow is now a legend, but in the original lobby card set, where there were one title lobby card and 7 scene cards, this is the only one that shows Harlow. So obviously this is the card you want to find. And what a great shot of her. Looking young and vibrant and sexy and oh so blonde.
This Love 'Em and Leave 'Em lobby card is a great example of the design that very often came from silent lobby cards, especially near the end of the silent era, especially from Paramount Pictures. And you have this image of Louise Brooks and Lawrence Gray. You're looking at Louise Brooks for the most part, and you see her familiar bob, and you see the beautiful, rich, deep colors of this lobby card. And this gives you an idea of a very visceral feeling that you have about this woman. And let's face it, Louise Brooks, as much as any actress in history, brought out a very deep, visceral feeling.
Well, when you get to something like Once Upon a Time in the West, you get a complete set like this, all 8 cards, and you have some of the most famous scenes in the movie. You have images of the major stars, and you get the great panoramic images.